Hello everyone, Michael Babcock here, also known as the Disney Dude. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the latest news from all over the Walt Disney Resort. Here now is the news for March 13th, 2025. Alright, so as you probably are aware, my last day to experience It's Tough to Be a Bug. Well, it would have been tomorrow. Friday is the last day for most annual pass holders to experience It's Tough to Be a Bug. I chose my last day for Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I went and experienced this attraction, which really means a lot to me. You know, I had to say goodbye. Again, I know that this really isn't, you know, a lot of people's, you know, favorite attraction. I know it's dark, it's scary, it's loud. I get it, but I love it. You know, I will always love It's Tough to Be a Bug. You know, I get that, you know, a lot of people didn't like it because it was too scary. But I loved it. And it fit inside of Animal Kingdom. It fit in the theming of Animal Kingdom. Which, you know, Zootopia does too. But it does not belong under the Tree of Life. Having a Zootopia show under the Tree of Life makes no sense. It makes no sense, and I have no idea why Disney would point to that and say, well, let's put that under the Tree of Life. You know, instead of making a Zootopia land, they were like, let's put Zootopia under the Tree of Life. So, makes no difference. Like I said before, I get it. If you wanted to replace It's Tough to Be a Bug, that's fine. But replace it with something that makes sense. Replace it with something that, that would make sense. Even if you would have had a show about, and I said this before, if you had a show about, Timon and Pumbaa looking for grubs under the tree of under this Tree of Life, that would have made perfect sense. That would have made perfect sense. But no, Disney executives had to look at Zootopia and was like, yeah, let's put that in there. Okay? So, it is what it is. I don't really like that idea. Will the show be good? I don't know. It's not here yet. It won't be until the winter of this year, so we would assume December. If it happens to come up on my blockout date, I wouldn't be upset about it. I'd be kind of bummed because I wouldn't get to experience it. But I'm not excited about this, so doesn't really make a difference to me whether I can go the first day or not. And if the show is good, I will eat my words. Okay, I will eat my words. I will get in front of this camera and I will eat my words. Okay, but from a logical point of view, putting it under the Tree of Life makes no sense. Makes no sense. But we'll see. We will see. All right. All right. Our next story is a new Wilderness Explorer Magic Band, Magic Band Plus, has arrived at Walt Disney World. So, I would, at this point, I would assume it would be anywhere on property. I haven't gone and looked at it yet. I really need to stop buying Magic Band Pluses because I love all the designs. So, I don't know if I'll buy this one or not, but I need to stop buying Magic Band Pluses because I really love all the designs that they've been coming out with. So but just to let you folks know that there is a new Magic Band Plus available at Walt Disney World, and I've had good luck with with the stores at Animal Kingdom. That's usually where I go and buy my my Magic Band pluses. My Magic Bands I usually buy at Animal Kingdom because they have a whole shelf full of Magic Bands. So that's where I usually buy mine. But again, you could probably get yours anywhere at this point. But we'll see. Alright, our next story is scaffolding has moved ahead of the Mexico Pavilion building facade, and they're repainting it at Epcot. So this, which is what you're really supposed to do with these outdoor places, these outdoor locations, is make sure that, they're not faded, they're not worn out, because again, this is Florida, the sun beats down on these places, 365 days a year, and they get rained on, and they get, the hurricanes hit them, unfortunately, although, we haven't had any huge, losses, but it's nice that they take care of because that's what they're supposed to do, is take care of these outside facades and make them look nice and freshen them up. So I'm glad that they're working on this. All right, our next story is the Maharaja Jungle Trek Bat exhibit has now reopened at Disney's Animal Kingdom. They were doing just a little short refurbishment on this area. So now when you go back to Disney's Animal Kingdom and you want to go through the Maharaja Jungle Trek, now you can see the bats in there. All right. This I'm oh, so the construction walls are set up now inside of the Seas with Nemo and Friends at Epcot, and the escalators are currently inaccessible. We don't really know why they're doing this. But like I said, taking care of just general maintenance anywhere in these buildings or outside or inside is really the thing you're supposed to do to make sure everything's running, smoothly. So I'm glad that they're taking care of this. What they're doing, I have no idea. But I'm just glad that whatever it is, they're addressing. All right. I was surprised about this last one, and I felt, felt bummed that I didn't get to experience this, but the Disneyland Band, Disneyland in California, their Main Street Philharmonic, I would assume that's what they're called, appears for the first time ever at a surprise visit at Walt Disney World at the Magic Kingdom. I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen that. Again, it was a surprise, so I didn't know, but I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen Disneyland, any Disneyland performers over here on this coast, because, Disneyland, unfortunately, is cutting back a lot of their live entertainment. Whether or not they're cutting the Philharmonic Band, we don't know, but it's nice that it was really cool that you could see them at Walt Disney World, because obviously you don't get to see that, and we may never see that again. All right, our next story is crews are laying more new track at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. So all of the old track at Big Thunder Mountain has now been ripped out, and now they're starting to lay new track down. So it's nice to see this attraction getting love and TLC. Again, according to Disney, when the attraction opens again next year, it's going. Big Thunder Mountain will return with new magic and more bells and whistles. We don't know what that means, but who knows? Maybe we'll finally get a really good finale to our ride, because our finale on the ride at Magic Kingdom is not great. It's not great. You escape the mine, which is great, but you have no idea why you're going to that mine in the first place. Pre-COVID, when you came out of the mine and you came just after the skeleton, and before you pulled into the unload station, you would hear a big boom, because that's Big Thunder Mountain, and you would hear it's a ghost mining town. So you would hear the explosion of dynamite as soon as you come off of that final lift, that final break. So I really hope that this version of Big Thunder Mountain gets a makeover. Ours is, I really love Big Thunder Mountain, but ours is kind of really lackluster, especially when you compare it to Disneyland, because in Disneyland, their finale is when you go up that final lift hill, the train wheels accidentally set off, the sparks set off light up the dynamite. So you have to escape before the dynamite goes off, and then when you go down, then the mine explodes, and then you hear that that big boom. So I really hope that Walt Disney World gets that. It would be nice to have something like that here. Again, nothing really wrong with Big Thunder Mountain. I mean, it's a great ride, but I would really like it if we were to have a finale like Disneyland's at our ride. So hoping. All right. Our next story is Disney has now filed for permits to modify the Tree of Life theater infrastructure at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So on March 15th, when the show ends, on March 16th, the next day when they start getting ready for the new show, they now they'll then they can change the theater and redo it. So they've filed the necessary permits for that, so they can get that underway when the time comes. Again, I won't go into another rant again, because why bother at this point? But will the Tree of Life, the outside, stay the same? I would assume so. I would assume so. I don't really think that they change much of the outside of it. I don't think that they. I hope to God. I really hope that they don't get, they don't change the animal carvings and such, which I don't even know how you would even do if you could. But I really hope that they keep the animal carvings in that tree, which I'm about 99% sure that they will. This permit is just for inside the theater, so they can, get rid of Flick and Hopper and the spiders and I assume they're going to change the benches and all kinds of stuff. So, but I really hope that the Tree of Life, the outside, stays the same, because you're already going to ruin the inside of that theater. Why would you want to ruin the outside? All right, and our last story is More tar and paper and silver paneling has been added to new test track overhang at Epcot. So, as you probably are aware, because we've talked about it a lot already, test track is getting reimagined. It's going to open sometime this summer. We don't have a date yet, but they are changing the look of the building. It's going to I would assume that everything is getting changed. Test Track has a new sponsor now. It's going to be sponsored by General Motors. It's going to revert back to their original sponsor, General Motors, before Chevrolet took over. But I guess Chevrolet didn't want to be the sponsor anymore, so they left. And Disney and General Motors decided to team up again. So, but I mean, we really don't know. The concept art can only tell you so much. Can only show you and tell you so much of what to expect. So I'm interested to see what it's going to look like. When I go back after my week-long blockout, I'm going to go back to Epcot because I want to experience the Flower and Garden Festival before that goes away. And I'll look in and check on Test Track for everyone and see how that work is going. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this new reimagining. Like I said, before I became an annual pass holder, we never came to Epcot, so my feelings on rides like Journey into Imagination and Test Track, that's not my area of expertise. So because I didn't get to experience the original versions of those rides, okay? So I only know of when I first started being a pass holder. So, I look at it and I'm like, well, doesn't bother me because I wasn't, we never came to Epcot. Epcot is not, this is going to hurt me. This is going to hurt me, and this is probably going to hurt a lot of people. But Epcot, for me, I have no, emotional connection to Epcot. Now, Disney's Hollywood Studios, on the other hand, I'm emotionally connected to that park because that's the park that we visited all the time, other than the Magic Kingdom, okay? We loved going to Disney's Hollywood Studios, or back then, Disney's MGM Studios. So, I have more emotional connections with the Great Movie Ride, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, Voyage of the Little Mermaid, Muppet Vision 3D, Beauty and the Beast, live on stage. I have more emotional connection with those than I do with anything at Epcot. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? Why? But that's just because, again, we never went to Epcot until I became an annual pass holder. So, but, Disney's MGM Studios was our park of choice for the most. Now, obviously we went to Magic Kingdom, okay, and we went to Disney's Animal Kingdom, but Disney's MGM Studios was our park. It was our park, and we loved that park. And I still love that, even though it, the park really doesn't exist anymore, and they're changing everything. It's still my favorite park until they get rid of. I've always said, a lot of things have to change. They have to get rid of Muppet Vision 3D, which they're going to. Okay, so scratch that. The next one is they have to get rid of Voyage of the Little Mermaid, which that's coming back as a new show. They have to get rid of Beauty and the Beast live on stage. That's still there. They have to get rid of the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. That's still there. So, we're I'm running out of things to love about this park, and they would have to get rid of Phantasmic, which I don't ever see them getting rid of, but just in case, okay? But if they got rid of those, if they got rid of Beauty and the Beast, Indiana Jones, Phantasmic, then I would never go back to that park, okay? And, we're starting to lose, I had more on that list. I had Muppet Vision 3D, which I still have until June. I had the Great Movie Ride, okay? I had the Tram Tour. I had Lights, Motors, Action, Stunt Show. I had more things that I enjoyed at Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios until those gotten taken away from me. And now it's starting to whittle down to just a couple. So now I have Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Muppet Vision 3D until that goes away, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. Okay? So I have 4 things now in that park that I really enjoy doing. Hopefully 5. Hopefully 5 if that new villain show opens, but we'll get into that whole argument. But anyway, but anyway, so I know I went down a path there, but I'm happy that Epcot is getting love and attention, because I can tell you Disney's Hollywood Studios doesn't get that. It's not getting that. Hollywood Studios is ruined, okay? It's ruined. And Animal Kingdom, enjoy it while you can, with It's Tough to Be a Bug while you can, and Dinosaur while you can. Because once those 2 go, there's going to be no theme in that park anymore. There's going to be no theme in that park anymore, okay? You could make the the argument that, Finding Nemo kind of ties into, that conservation theme, but it doesn't really advance conservation's, the Animal Kingdom story of conservation. Festival of the Lion King, obviously, which is, a fantastic show, okay? Does nothing about, telling you about conservation, so I would really enjoy Dinosaur and It's Tough to Be a Bug while you can, because once those 2 things go, that's it. That is it. Animal Kingdom will have no theme in it whatsoever, and we're slowly losing that at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And, some people have said we've already lost that at Epcot. Magic Kingdom, you can do whatever you want to Magic Kingdom. You're not going to ruin the theme of Magic Kingdom, okay? So, but there you are. There's your 9 stories. I know I went off on a tangent, so I apologize, but there's your 9 stories. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for more content. I thank you guys very much for watching this video. You guys stay safe and healthy. And remember that tomorrow is just a dream away.